Teachers will adopt one method of teaching. That is, right away ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು he will just write a triangle 90 degree ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್. he calls it right angle triangle. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ which is opposite to the theta is called opposite side, and one more side which is opposite to the 90 degree angle is called hypotenuse, and the side which is adjacent to theta he calls it adjacent side. ಮೂರು ಸೈಡ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನ್ಯೂಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, that is called cos theta.
So by the time previous one I will forget.
ಹೌದು, automatically by the time I know, before that only you will forget it.
Okay.
Next you will take opposite side divided by adjacent side tan theta.
Okay.
Over. Then the remaining there are three ratios, no, they are reciprocal to this. Okay. Just remember this and reverse that, you will have your reciprocal.
But what is your how do you go about it then? What is your method?
So, see, you can understand the futility of this by seeing the strength of the students who are present after this teaching.
And also how much they remember. They can
so that you will automatically understand. So, what you have to do is, these lines, what you are referring, no, they are not just dead lines. They are alive. You have to just relate to what is it he is already knowing with certain methods. And I'll tell you what happens, you will straight away fuse life into these lines.
Known to unknown.
Known to unknown.
Yes.
These lines, I'll tell you, you can pump life into that. Then automatically these lines itself will start talking to you. You do not have to go in search of them. Immediately the opposite side, it will tell you that it is the opposite side to you.
Okay.
The adjacent side, it will speak to you that it is adjacent. Hypotenuse, it will tell that it is hypotenuse.
For example?
Just one straight line, erect.
Okay.
One. See, just one line, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರೆಯೋದಷ್ಟೇ.
Okay, vertical line.
Vertical line.
ಏನು?
ಇದು just standing on the ground, you can call it as an erect line, or which is making 90 degree to this one, or whatever it is. So when you see this line, see, this will relate. This can be related to any flagpole which is standing erect, any electrical pole, or any wall which is standing this one. Any edges, all these they represent this opposite side. So since these are always will be in opposite toward this one, then automatically you can call this as opposite. So whenever you see anything which is standing erect on this one, which is straight, then automatically you can,
for this purpose.
For this purpose, for remembering this,
okay,
you can term it as opposite side.
Okay, got it.
See, what we think opposite side is only in on the paper, we will be thinking. It is not like that. I'll tell you, it is present everywhere. You see a flagpole. It will speak to you that it is an opposite side.
Okay.
And you see any electrical pole. Something like that.
Okay.
That will also look like a opposite side. Any edges which is inside your house, any corner this one, any door end, or whatever it is, which is straight, standing on the ground, making perpendicular this one, 190 degree to the ground, and which is representing this one, straight line, something like that. One you are having your second line, which they call as adjacent line. It is also very interesting. You see any this one, I'll tell you, You see a line.
Ah.
I'll tell you, whenever you are going in the road, I'll tell you, you are going like this. A cat crosses your this one. Then automatically, in Kannada you say, Bekku adda hoytu.
Adjacent.
Adjacent. So any line which is drawn like this, adjacent line.
Adjacent.
You call it adjacent. So immediately I'll tell you, adda, this word itself should give you a remembrance of adjacent side. Then any this one which is like this, adjacent.
Okay.
So you see in nature, wherever you see any nature, wherever there is a finishing like, which is a cross like that. Representing a line across, drawn across, that is adjacent.
Adjacent.
Wherever you see lines like that, see, the moment you see those lines, it will be speaking to that it is adjacent.
Adjacent.
So you have made your adjacent line, anything which is across, which is standing across, right in front of you, but across, then automatically it should give you a remembrance of adjacent line. A line, so which is neither like this nor like this, it is like this, which is having a slope.
Slant.
Okay. Or it may be like this. But certainly it is not making either 100 degree, 90 degree or 0 degree. It is just a slope. It can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this. But certainly not like this or not like this.
Okay. One is vertical, one is horizontal.
Other than
Slant
that,
ಆಗಿರೋದು
other than that, any line you draw,
Okay.
I'll tell you, so that is hypotenuse.
hypotenuse.
You can call it hypotenuse.
Okay.
See,
You have to
hypotenuse.
write it there.
Yeah, hypotenuse means the very height of this line is slope.
Slope. Okay. Hypotenuse.
So you can rhyme slope along with height.
Okay. Okay.
So whenever there is, you are seeing a slope, you can straight away say height. That is hypotenuse.
Okay.
Automatically, this should give you a remembrance. I'll tell you, you see, very easy for
Easy
you to
for
remember.
us. So one we have got vertical line which is called opposite. Other one horizontal line which you call adjacent.
Adjacent line.
So
So
now-
it is having a slope.
You will show that.
For example, I'll tell you,
Slant.
slant,
Okay.
or it may be like this. But certainly it is not making either 100 degree, 90 degree or 0 degree. It is just a slope. It can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this, it can be like this. But certainly not like this or not like this.
Okay. One is vertical, one is horizontal.
Other than
Slant
that,
ಆಗಿರೋದು
any line you draw,
Okay.
I'll tell you, so that is hypotenuse.
hypotenuse.
You can call it hypotenuse.
Okay. You
See,
have to write-
hypotenuse.
write it there.
Yeah, hypotenuse means the very height of this line is slope.
Slope. Okay. Hypotenuse.
So you can rhyme slope along with height.
Okay. Okay.
So whenever there is, you are seeing a slope, you can straight away say height. That is hypotenuse.
Okay.
Automatically, this should give you a remembrance. I'll tell you, you see, I have introduced all the three lines to you. That is one opposite side, adjacent side, hypotenuse. Now, I have also related this to the objects which represent these lines in the nature, and I have made it available to you. Now, you see, even if you gesture it in the air, you should be able to point out which line I am referring to. Say, for example, I'll tell you, see, if you say like this,
Vertical line.
this is opposite.
Opposite.
You see, this is opposite. This is adjacent.
Horizontal.
So,
Adjacent.
whenever you draw a line like this,
Adjacent.
this is opposite. And
Opposite.
whenever you draw a line like this, slant, hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
Or like this, hypotenuse. So, even if you do it with any pace, you should be able to tell this is opposite,
Opposite.
adjacent,
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse, then adjacent, opposite. Then see, this is hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
So, you should be able to be very comfortable with these lines, even without using your pen or without using your paper. So, now the next step is, we will take two at a time and define the ratios. So, I'll tell you the ratios, they are having peculiar funny names, but even then, for remembering sake, we can have the same technique here. See, let me start with the first ratio like this. You see, first one, there is this line. So what is this? Opposite. I have already told. Anything you draw like this, that is opposite. Then there is one more line. What is this?
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. So any line you draw like this, hypotenuse, you draw like this, opposite. Then see this shape, whatever you have written here, what does it remind you? This is what you have to just look to the nature in and around you. Now I'll tell you this, whatever you are seeing the figure, the picture of the railway signal, I'll tell you. Now I'll tell you this, whatever you are seeing the figure, what you have seen, no, that is signal. The short form of signal is sign. So if you pronounce this sign, it should give you the remembrance of sign. So you can say, for your remembrance sake, opposite side by hypotenuse is equal to sin theta. Of course, the railway signal will not have any relation to opposite side or hypotenuse, but the shapes, they will lead you into remembering this opposite side divided by hypotenuse is equal to sin theta.